Alright guys, give me a minute to get everything adjusted here. Let me go okay, take a couple puffs off a cigarette real quick, and I'll be back and start. Alright? Then I'll explain what happened last night. I'll be back. Alright guys, I guess we'll start here. Hold on. Hi, my name's Daryl Phillips, owner of N.A.G.214 Gaming, and what we do here is listen and talk. Let me explain to you what happened last night. So, I tried to get on last night, as you guys know. I pushed the stream button, but about, 5 minutes before 8, the pain was so excruciating. I was like, no, I'm going to bed. I had to. I don't like it when I miss like that, but it's excuse me. As I'm recovering. What's up, Denise? What's up, Lori? As I'm recovering from all this stuff with my stomach, there's still going to be those moments during the daytime. Like right now, I'm not feeling the greatest. But like I said, I've been dealing with this sort of pain since I was in. I've been dealing with this pain since I was in 5th grade, and like I told you guys, the worst of it came in 2013. So, and hey, what's up, Tanya? The Dr. Austin, the one that I saw after, until it was just too hard for me to get all the way to Irving to go see him, but. Dr. Austin told me if there's ever moments like this where I have problems like this, I don't need to go to the doctor for this. And I already have. I've been twice in the last 2 years, and they always do the same thing. They always send me home. Screw that. If I'm going to be in pain, I'll be in pain in my house. But I am feeling better than I was. It's just yesterday we ate. It didn't sit well with me, and I had to go to bed really early. And Sophia stayed home from work today. Because she is hurting something bad. Until Monday, we don't actually have pain medicines. And so I'm having to. Tanya's giving me money. Lori's giving me money for they sell this stuff across the street that is equivalent to morphine. And it's the only thing that works. It's the only thing that completely stops the pain right now. So, unfortunately, I just don't have that much money. And that's just part of my plight. But Monday we'll have tramadol and stuff. So what I was going to discuss yesterday and today, so I might as well just get into what I was going to discuss yesterday. As I keep saying, I'm trying to listen to what's going on in the world today, especially with this presidential election going on. Man, I'll tell y'all. There are some truly messed up people that are in our government. My government, anyway. And sometimes I think Americans, especially, are very naive. I think that many Americans just want to go to work, have their weekends, have the time with their little family and everything else. They don't realize the danger that's going on. Now, the truth is, this isn't just about one presidential election. This has been going on since before I was born. And the problem is there's so much distrust for people with authority now, that a lot of people just don't know who to trust. You know what I'm saying? And they don't do enough investigating on their own to find out if anything is true or false anymore. A lot of people just don't have the time. Well, in my opinion, I don't think there's any excuse for being our age and not having time. Because when you give that as an excuse to me, it means you don't want to. Because if it was any other thing that's close to your heart, you would have time. People think there's this weird belief system that I hear all the time from Americans especially. That somehow people think because we're part of this country that no one can ever take us. No one could ever mess with us. Well, that is wrong. Without getting into the religious aspect of this, I'm just going to be honest with you. I don't agree with Donald Trump, and I don't agree with Kamala on certain things. I think that it's more than just one person that did this. It's going to take a lot longer to get some semblance of a normal nation right now. And I have to deal with people that have bipolar disorder, are suicidal. Another friend just had their grandmother pass away yesterday, I think, maybe earlier today. But I'm dealing with all these different people and all their different problems. And so I haven't been able to focus on politics and things like that until recently. What makes me so irritated is that because of my past, I can never vote. So I don't even have a say in my government. It's you guys, the ones that can vote, that is your say. So now I got to live under a government that you chose to choose. Just some of the stuff I hear. One of the things I try to educate you on is what the enemy thinks. How do you know when someone's lying? I remember a class. I think it was in my social studies class. I don't even think they have those anymore in school, to be honest with you. But we talked about government, the idea of propaganda. Okay, and when I was in school. So here, this is the best example I could give you on what these sorts of people do. You know why even Donald Trump does this? You know why any government official can look at you straight in the eyes and say they're not actually lying to you? When they withhold facts, so they don't tell you everything, so you can't. They tell you what they want you to hear, not what you need to know. I don't want to tell you what you want to hear. I want to tell you what you need to know. And if you hate me for it, oh well. One thing, you're never going to call me as a liar. The best example I can give you to give you an understanding of what propaganda actually is. So there's a Russian horse, an American horse. All right? And they're racing in this race. And the Americans win, the Russians lose. But the Russians, they report back to their people and they say, well, we got second place. The Americans got second to last. And of course, the Americans say, well, we got first place and the Russians finished dead last. Both are lies. Both are untrue. but both could be said without actually telling a lie. Because it's true. Because what's the missing piece of information? That there were only 2 horses in the race. Okay? Which means that, yeah, the Russians finished in last place, but they were still second place, weren't they? That's the kind of manipulation I'm talking about. How do you sift through that? And not just in the government. I'm talking about with your people in your daily life. People that maybe your father, your mother, your best friend, whatever. We don't like to see ourselves have bad judgment with other people, especially when it affects our life. And we sure as hell don't like to be called wrong. Well, let me give you a little insight on Daryl. I've been wrong 1 billion times in my life. And even when I am right, I'm always called wrong by people that don't like me. I'm so used to that, in fact, it doesn't faze me anymore. So I don't care, to be honest with you, whether you actually believe me. But actually take what I say and go learn. Okay? That's how you decipher the truth. You don't just, man, my nose is itchy. God dang. You don't just take what I say because I'm your friend. I don't expect you to take what I say and say, oh, that makes sense. No. You go investigate what I say to you. Don't you dare be one of those people that just believes me just because I'm your fucking friend. What the hell you think I'm trying to teach her? Self-reliance. There's nothing wrong with you going to college. There's nothing wrong with that. There is something wrong with you just assuming the professor's right, though. There really is. In my opinion, I don't think that you could commit a bigger sin against education than not questioning your teacher. That's how discussions are formed. That's how you don't become a dictatorship. So when, if someone that doesn't like me, maybe let's just say, for example, if someone were to come up to you, any one of you, or whoever might watch this video, and they may say, well, Daryl did this, Daryl did that. I think that as of right now, I think I've proven myself enough that you can know that if I didn't tell you something, there was a reason why I didn't tell you. It wasn't to keep it from you. For number 2, I don't purposely lie. I don't purposely get up, walk out my door, and talk about lying. Really. The problem with this world is people lie too much. People lie in government. People lie around you. And nobody thinks the little white lies don't mean anything. Oh, it's just a little white lie. My God. Some of the worst atrocities in history have happened because of little white lies. Yeah, it is a big deal. It is a big deal whether you told me a white lie. It makes me think about the next thing used to come out your mouth. Do I not trust that then? What was that? What if that was a little white lie? What if I needed it to be saved? And now I don't trust you. And so I don't listen to you. Now I'm in real trouble because now I got myself in a situation in which I should have listened to you, but you had been lying to me for a long time, and now I don't trust you. That's the problem with lying right there. I don't care what your excuse is. And I'm sick and tired of getting on. That's right. This is called a rant. I'm sick and tired of every time I turn on the radio, I hear about this person lying, this person lying. Man, my God. And then people are so in shock and awe because, well, we didn't think this it could ever be like this. Then your eyes were not open. My God, all I want for the people, for anybody who watches any of these videos, God dang, man, my allergies are getting bad, man. By the way, I itch and everything. All I want is for everyone to be educated, but not indoctrinated. I was talking about the other day, a couple days ago, about what is power. True power is like what Jesus showed when he was in front of Pontius Pilate. That's true power. When Pontius Pilate looked at him and said, I have the ability to release you or put you to death. He said, and he looked at Pontius Pilate and said, you have no ability unless I gave it to you. He said, do you not know that a legion of angels could come and rescue me on the spot? I'm choosing to do this. Powerful people, truly powerful people, know how much power they have, and they choose not to use it. That's a good person right there. If you could meet somebody like that, I know a couple people like that have true power, that have the power to do whatever they want to do. Money, whatever. But they choose not to use it because it's called oppression. So some people think that you use power to control people. Do you know how you're going to get stability in your own life? Forget about the government for a second. Is by having good people around you. By the types of people that you have around you says a lot about you. If you guys saw me walking down the street with a bunch of crackheads, would you actually believe that I changed? No, you wouldn't. You would have no reason to. I deal with people with mental illness, and it's hard enough to get us to tell you the truth, because we are called names. We are called all sorts of names because of our mental, problems. So if I say to you that I trust you, it means I trust you, because you've shown me enough to show that you are trustworthy. So I don't give you information because I need to feel powerful. I give you information so you can be powerful. Forget about feel powerful. You can be powerful. The only counter to a lie is truth, not more lying. Just saying. What the hell do I know? It's amazing to me the crap we tell ourselves sometimes. Just, Sophia, she stayed home and she wasn't feeling very good. She's having an episode of her RA right now, and I have my issues right now, and I'm recovering from my stomach situation, and I don't have time, nor do I have the patience to throw out a bunch of bullshit so you guys can be impressed by me. That's not what my mother never taught me that. But Daryl, don't you think that lying is good? If you're using it as a tactic, let me put it this way: you better have a damn good justification. In other words, I'll give you an example. After Ahab was predictably so executed by God, and after Jezebel was executed by God, he talks to Jehu, which is the next king in line. And he looks at Jehu and he says, check this out, dog. No, God did not talk like that, but it's funny anyway. So God looks at Jehu and says, check this out, dog. I got good news and I got bad news. Good news is you're the next king. Bad news is, if you do not do every single thing that I'm telling you to do right now, that the thing that I'm asking you to do is going to happen to your family. But so basically, God wanted every single descendant of Ahab's dead. Anybody related to that man. Okay? Well, God didn't care how it got done. Okay? So in this case, he had to deceive some of the other leaders, and basically telling them that I'm going to come down there with my entire army and I'm going to take all your cities from you if you don't give me all of the heads of the people that God wants dead. They did it. It worked. So in the case of government does have to keep secrets. You don't get, the public doesn't have to know what every tactic is in war, for example. However, there's a difference between doing that for the righteousness of God and doing it for the righteousness of yourself. I talk about this with Dwan all the time about what is the difference. Like is it okay to tell a woman or a man that they look good in an outfit when they really don't? What's wrong with a little compliment, Daryl? I suppose that's what many people would look at it as. And you didn't think about it the right way. Yeah. If a person looks bad in an outfit and they're about to go to a party with you, you might want to make sure that they dress in something different, or at least tell them the truth, what you think they look like. Reason being is, it would be an awful thing for you to go to a party with somebody that they ask you directly, how do I look in this outfit? And you told them, you look just fine. And then they get ridiculed the entire time at the party. That's on you, buddy. You couldn't tell them the truth. Because in the end, what it comes down to is to your feelings. It's not about the other person. You can say it is all you want to. You can say, well, I'm not trying to hurt their feelings. No. You're not trying to hurt your feelings. It's not about the other person. You're not lying for their protection. You're lying so you don't have to have that sick feeling about having to give some. People that are passive aggressive have this problem. Amanda, before she got out of high school, was one of those people pleaser types. People that people please. Just understand, you're lying to somebody. Somebody you're hurting. So if you try to make Bob over here happy, and you make little Jane over here unhappy by what you said over to Bob, you're stuck either way. Telling the truth is always the best way. Is it going to hurt a person's feelings sometimes to be told the truth? Yeah. I can't tell you how many times Sophia has hurt my feelings. I thought I did something good, and it was an epic failure. But I would not have changed. See, if I thought something was good, then why would I change it? One of the things that I try to address as far as education is concerned is, you don't got to be a scholar in these things. You don't have to be a preacher to understand the Bible. You don't have to be a mathematician to understand what 2 + 2 is, right? You do have to know basics of stuff, though, at the very least. All day long I'm sitting there listening to all this different crap all day long. It's very frustrating. And what's even more frustrating is these people that do this, that lie like that to us, they're not hurting bad people. They're hurting good people. People that just want to trust that we're on the right track. And many people have been led to believe just lie after lie after lie. People with mental illness get treated like that a lot. Because people don't want to tell us that we're sick or that there's something wrong with us or that they're concerned for our mental health or whatever, so people won't tell the truth. Doesn't mean you go around calling the hospital, folks, like I always say. But it's never okay to lie to me. I'm going to tell you that right now. I will never lie to you because what purpose does it serve me? The whole entire reason why that I'm getting people to believe in what I do and believe in what I'm saying is because I'm truthful, because I'm open. Tanya said that to me several times. Denise says that to me all the time. Lori too. And my point is, When you don't educate yourself in something, you are putting your whole mind, your life, all of it, underneath someone else's power. You are willingly allowing them to just control the narrative of what's in your head, all because you just don't want to be bothered. In some things, I can understand that. In some things, I cannot understand a person that will not see the truth, even when it's presented to them before their eyes. Truth is awful sometimes, but the lie is worse. So I'll tell you guys a funny, cute story. So I was at the workhouse. It was 2012. I was taking care of my business in Minnesota, taking care of that situation up there, and I was in one of the vans going to work, and this workhouse, you could have your cell phone, you could have cigarettes and everything. So, but I had my cell phone on me, and Sophia's daughter gives me this text, because I think she was still in 12th. I think she was in 12th grade, 11th grade. I think she was a senior in high school. She sends me this text. She goes, my whole childhood is ruined. Like, okay. I was like, okay, drama queen. What's going on? Well, she had found out that Bill Nye the Science Guy, which is somebody I used to watch when I was in school too. He hates everything the Christians believe in. Everything. He considers a parent that teaches their child biblical creationism to be child abusers. He said that. He wrote a book about it. Anyway, it was funny because it's one of those adult moments that you realize, God, I'm glad I'm not there anymore. You know what I mean? Where I'm just finding out all the lies that I've been led to believe all my life when I was a kid and all that stuff, and you realize, oh wait, that's the difference between being an adult and a kid. That adults realize things that suck sometimes. But that's exactly my point. The truth does suck sometimes. It hurts. It really does. I can tell you one from my own life. So, when I was a kid, before the hospital, I used to love coming to visit my family. I thought I had the greatest family on this planet. Okay? And then I realized that my mom was the reason why my family was great. And for no other reason than that. I had a conversation with Christy about 1.5 years ago about that particular subject, that Christy came to the same conclusion that I did, and I had not even talked to her about this, but Christy's point of view on this is, God dang, my allergies are bad. My nose is itching like a motherfucker. Anyway, I had this conversation with Christy, and Christy told me that that my mom was the glue that held my family together. It sucks. That sucks. But it's true. That had it not been for my mom, my family would not have probably been so revered by me. You know what I mean? Can you guys hold on 1 second, please? I'll be back. Sorry about that. I need to go blow my nose. So the reason why I'm talking about this is, how do you prevent you from believing lies? Like, how do you prevent yourself from, how do you know, like, it's clear when a bad lie is told, but some people are really good at lying. They really are. They're called politicians. Just plain. But seriously. Well, you have to know the information yourself. You should always treat information like information. I don't care if I'm talking about the Bible, all right? If I'm talking about something and you maybe you're not a person that understands history like I do, or the Bible like I do. Well, that doesn't make me the only authority, dude. You go and fact check. And then if you have a question, if you think something I said was wrong, then point it out and we'll have a discussion about it. Especially about important stuff. Especially with stats that make me sad. That, like, you know how many teenagers right now have killed themselves in the last year and a half? The stuff that I talk about, I know the information. I could just keep it to myself and know the information to be Mr. Smarty Pants Know-It-All. But I want you to know it, not just because I say it. I want you to understand it and understand some of the things I've seen in my life. God, my stomach is still, it's not as bad as it was, but it's bad enough. One second, guys. So one of the tactics that I try to use for myself anyway, that is something that is useful for me, but something that is kind of foolproof in reality, and that's how do I know that I'm not being lied to? That's great that I'm telling you guys that, but how do I know if I'm being lied to? Well, you don't at first. Remember? Time, consistency, and repetition. I don't care if I've known you for a month. Full trust in you will come after. In other words, I should trust you more in a year than I did today. And vice versa. It should always get better. It's just like love. But if you've had a bad habit of never telling me the truth when I ask it, if you've had a bad habit of embellishing, no, I'm probably not going to go to you for the first piece of advice I need of the day. I make too many mistakes on my own without other people adding to my mistakes. And I would suggest you have that same point of view too. Just a suggestion. That there's no point to anything that I'm doing now if I can't be truthful with you. Now, do you guys have to see every single thing that happens here? No. You don't need to see every single thing as a single thing. You didn't need to see me in pain last night. That's why I wasn't going to get on. I couldn't. You understand? But am I honest the next day? Damn right I am. I don't understand. I've never understood this, actually. Not even when I was on the streets. I've never understood human beings that their whole thing in life is they always have to be front and center of attention. If they're not, they always say something to get people to look over to them. Now, when I had a low self-esteem, that's half the reason why I didn't trust people. But now the way I decipher it is like, Lori and I talk a lot outside. Tanya and I have been talking a lot. I remember Tanya works on the weekdays, so I don't necessarily talk to her every single day all the time. I just text her a lot. Same thing with Denise. But one thing I can tell you about all the people that I know that are really close to me right now, when I ask a straightforward question, I get a straightforward answer for the most part, even if it's uncomfortable for them to give it to me. I know it's people always are worried about whether or not they're going to hurt my feelings or whatever. Don't ever worry about that. I'll get over any hurt feelings, and I don't like to be wrong either. So if I say something and you prove me wrong, I might be butthurt, but I'm not going to be mad at you. Even if it's something that makes me have to change a video or something, you know? I'm not here to spread lies. I'm just here because I tried to educate you guys, try to make you guys better people. And did you really honestly think that lying is going to make you a better person? No. Makes you an asshole. Makes people not want to trust you. I'm not going to be on here for very much longer. My stomach's starting up again. This sucks. I hate my stomach, man. Yeah, like I said, I'm getting better, but I've got my moments. I don't know. I didn't really have anything to talk about so much today. It's just, I wanted to make sure you guys understood what happened last night, for one thing. But for number two, just my random thoughts during the daytime. Just things that frustrate me during the daytime when I'm listening to different things. But I'm probably going to get going here because my stomach's starting to hurt and I need to go lay down, I think. I hope that you are vetting people properly. You know, you don't always want to be untrustworthy. You don't want to be untrustworthy. There's a line there, though. You don't want to be so trusting that you get messed over. You also don't want to be so trusting of someone that you don't accept their help when you really need it. It's not an easy thing for me to ask for help, y'all. I really don't think y'all get that. And so when I'm struggling like I struggle, especially this last week it's been bad, and it sucks for me to show that kind of quote unquote weakness. But I told you I would never lie to you. So even now I'm not feeling the greatest, and I'm on here, and I would have been on here last night, but my body told me no. So anyway, I didn't really have anything to talk about, but I hope you guys had a good day today. I'm gonna try to go to sleep here. I did get some work done today, though. I hope Sophia's feeling better. Her nerves and everything were messing her up earlier, but one last thing I'm gonna say before I get going about education. Education can be the difference between you being the help or you being the problem. Think about that. In every walk of life. It doesn't matter what you're talking about. You know, some people just don't think it's a big deal to give white lies. I don't agree with that. I think that white lies are as big as the big ones. And because, in my opinion, when you're lying about something, so if you can't even tell me the truth about whether or not I look like a circus clown before I go out, I mean, that's ridiculous, man. You know, I don't know how you expect me to trust you on big things, you know what I mean? But that being said, I'm gonna let you guys go. Hopefully I am really truly getting better, so that this won't be like this next week. That's all I gotta say. But I'll see you guys tomorrow. Be safe when you're traveling. Be safe when you get there. You never know what happens. Be aware of your surroundings. Be understanding of one another, not just from your perspective, but from theirs. Be understanding you're not God. You don't know everything. So you can't just not trust. You can't walk through life just not trusting people either. You do have to trust people. You have to, but you have to have a filter on this, You can't just trust everybody. I will, Denise. I'll feel better soon. Today was better than yesterday, and yesterday was better than the day before. It's always nighttime. It's whatever. I'll probably need to go eat some more ramen or something. I can't really eat anything very much. I'm eating ramen right now only, but remember, life is fleeting. You not promise your next breath. So take now to go outside your box and learn something new. And until tomorrow, may the Lord light guide you in all things.